Hey, what's up and welcome back. So today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to take a look at this wishing well here that I designed. So first I'm going to take you through how it works, what it does, and then we'll zoom over here and I'll show you how to build it. So first off, this is the well above ground here. So what people are going to do is they just come up here and they can throw some item in here. Now, obviously they have to throw in the right thing, so they have to throw in a coin or whatever you set this to get something back out of it. Otherwise, it just spits the item that they threw in back up, as we saw with that torch. So if I take, for instance, like a gold nugget here, and I threw that in, and then we just give it a minute here. Oh, and a diamond pop back up. So yeah, that's basically the premise of what this is. So now let's take a look at how it works down here. So it starts off, we just have this column of water, which is the well, and then we've got some magma below that. That way it pulls the items down. And then right here we got a couple pistons that are going to swap the magma out for some soul sand to then deliver it back up. And underneath that, inside this block actually, we have a hopper minecart, which is going to pick the item up from the water stream as it comes down. And then it basically just goes into an item filter here. That's what we got right here. So this is where you're going to configure for whatever you want the thing to accept. And then this is the little item filter bit. And then if we fly around to the back here, this is going to be all the logic for returning out whatever reward. And you see in this dropper, I've got some diamonds and then a diamond block. And this way we can kind of randomize what they get back when you throw in a gold nugget. So yeah, basically if the filter works down here, it will then pull this piston down, and then when it returns back up, this observer will kick out one of these items. Now, if it gets something that isn't accepted, right, it's not going to be sucked in by this hopper here. Instead, it's going to go down here and then get pushed over into this dropper. And we've got a little comparator reading out there, and what that does is it powers both these sides, and it will then switch the blocks here and essentially kick out the item back into the water stream so it goes back up. And that way you don't lose an item if you, say, throw in a gold block or something, you know. Yeah, you just get it back. All right, so pretty simple. Let's see how to build it now. So first thing you're going to do, find out where you want to put the well. Build it up like this. You can decorate it however you want. But then you're going to also need to make a pit that hangs out 1 to the right, 2 to the left, and 2 to the back. And then you're going to dig that 12 blocks down. And this is where you're going to start the build. So you start off, just put a double chest down here and a hopper facing into it. This is going to be essentially your payments chest. So this is what gets accepted after the item filter. And then over here, we're just going to have some blocks like that. This is going to be your item filter. So it comes out like that, 3 redstone. Now this is just like any other normal item filter, except it's built on a layer rather than as like a vertical slice. We're just going to have that and then take a hopper and face it into the back of this, back of the comparator there. So it's facing off to the side like that. And then over here, we can have our piston facing up. We'll have a sticky block on that. And then on top of that, there's going to be your observer. And that's going to face into a dropper facing this way and one facing back over. So then this is going to be your payout or whatever here. We'll just put that in there and make sure we set up the filter here. So just use some sort of filter item like that, and then whatever you want to filter for. And you can just let this go down. This will go down to what, like 41 or something. And then it'll stop, and then that'll be configured. All right. And we saw it shoot the diamond out at me. So then underneath this, we got to go up with a dropper, and then up again, and face our last hopper into the bottom dropper here. Now, you want to make sure this lines up so that these hoppers are directly below the hole that's going to have the water in it for the well. So make sure you do it that way. You don't accidentally flip around and do it this way, otherwise nothing's going to line up. All right, so once we have that, we can then temporary block there, come over, and up like that. And so this is going to be the power going to the pistons and stuff here. So just read out the power from that bottom one over like this. We have redstone, and then a repeater, and a repeater on 2 ticks, I believe. I'll have to go double check that. And like that, and then we have a piston. All right, so that's one side. And then out the other way, we're also going to have a repeater, that, and then like that, and we're going to need some sort of immovable block there. So take redstone, put it along the back, and right there, and then this is just going to be a delay circuit. We're going to go in like that, and then back around, so that this side delays more, and that way we can shuffle the blocks back and forth. Otherwise, one side will get stuck all the time. All right, and then we're just going to put a temporary block right here, put a piston. We could take that out. We're also going to need an immovable block right here. And now we can take the magma block right here, put it on top of the hoppers here, and then put the soul sand over on this side. Now we have to get the hopper minecart into position here. So what we're going to do is just take a rail, put it down like that, put the hopper minecart on top of it, and then knock out the rail. So it's just going to be sitting on the block there. Then what we want to do is we have to power this to push the block into the same space as the hopper minecart. So I'm just going to take a torch here. This is going to be a temporary measure, and put it on top there. Now we see we've pushed them together, and then I can get rid of the torch there, and then now we can come over and put a torch on top of this, and we'll see the hopper minecart is now pushed along with the magma block. Now I think this is all we have to do for the bottom section, so now let's just take some glass. I would suggest using stone, because then they don't really notice that this is like a wishing well, I guess, unless you want to label it as such. I like to kind of have a little mystery in my world, so a lot of times I'll just make these things kind of sneaky. So we're just going to build that up. Build that up here. I'm just doing glass so we can see it in operation. And build that all the way to the top. Then take some water, come inside, and we want to fill that up. So give me a sec here. And we're just going to fill it up to ground level in here. And that should be it. I'm just going to double check that this works. I probably forgot something, but we'll give it a shot. So let's just throw a water bottle in here. This shouldn't work. We see it goes down, it shifts it over. Oh, yes. I definitely missed one thing. We're going to need an observer facing this redstone right here and into that like that. So just take this water bottle out, because obviously we need to power these somehow so that when something doesn't match, it gets kicked back up into the water stream. So that'll happen when this changes here. All right. I knew there'd be something I missed, so let's try this again. Throw in a repeater. All right, and we see the repeater come back up because obviously it's not accepted. And when this timeout goes, it'll swap and pull it back down and then comes back up. So if you miss catching it the first time, you will have other opportunities. You know, it'll keep just circulating like this until somebody picks it up. So now let's grab that and try the gold here. See if we get what we need. That's gone down, swapped it, and I saw a diamond come back up. There it is. So yeah, that all works. I thought this was a pretty fun little build to put in maybe one of your starter villages or towns. I don't know, it's something a little different. So let me know what you thought in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.